Hello everyone, this is my quick look at LEGO's The Hoopty. That's actually its name, that's what it's called. It's from the movie The Marvels, which as of the time of the recording of this video has not come out yet. This has just over 419 pieces, and I did build the whole thing live over on my Twitch channel. I highly recommend that you follow me over there. Great community. And I paid $90 US for this. Once again, I paid $90 US. That's not 19. No, not 19, no, 90. Comes with 3 minifigures and 3 not cats. For me, when this was first unveiled and we could see the official pictures for it in full resolution, I had a very positive response to what it looked like. It looked different, it looked interesting, and the shaping looked interesting to me. It still looks interesting to me, and it feels very much like something from Star Trek The Next Generation, or possibly even better than that, the Orville. Some of the best Star Trek out there. Oops, sorry, wrong franchise. We're talking about Marvel here. But honestly, when I built it, it didn't feel as good. I felt a little bit let down by the build. It's fine and all. It feels like it falls apart a little bit towards the back. It was a little bit more simplistic than I would have liked. And on the underside, it's especially disappointing. And a whole lot of that just feels completely unfinished. Not that we lose anything there, but I think that for a premium product with such a high price, I was really hoping to be pleasantly surprised by this, and it kind of went the other way. But the shaping of it is interesting. Again, the source material isn't out yet. We haven't been able to see the whole thing, so I will reserve full judgment on accuracy and everything. But so far, yeah, it's fine, but it's not great. This big gap right here definitely bugs me, and the fact that the little winglets back here have no tiling on top whatsoever, while most of the surface is tiled off or smoothed off in some way. It just feels a little bit off. These little pods right here feel like they have the right ratio of efficient building and yet interesting look. Like you can make something that's not too difficult to build, that doesn't have too many pieces, that looks cool. And I think the way that they locked in these little thrusters back here is just fine. It's a little bit loose, but like getting that angle was interesting. And I like how much of the trans orange is in this set. Looking at the inside, well, all of this just opens up. That gets you good access to the interior, which has a bunch of details. You got the 3 seats in front, so fully tandem setup, but all of the figures in the set can sit there. This uses stickers for the consoles. I think they needed to be specialized pieces, so if they weren't going to do prints, I think it was important to put the full stickers in there for that. And you've got the consoles here on the sides as well that kind of stick up. Got the control yokes there as well. And then a bunch of details which I'm not going to know the exact source of, because again, we haven't seen the source material just yet. You got a ray gun looking thing there, an old vinyl, and some plants and stuff. You know, it looks like a place that folks would hang out and be interacting. You probably want to take some of that stuff away if you want to actually play in this space, have the figures holding some of the things. More plants again, this nice kind of revived retro style of print. Nice to see that continuing to be in print itself. Another one of these stickers for a monitor there, just a futuristic style of monitor. I don't know what this blue item is in particular. I think that's going to stand out in the movie. We will be able to recognize it there. But I think the intent here is that this is like a workshop, because I think this is supposed to represent a small drill press. Maybe that's just a bench vise. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be, rather than the usual tech stuff and microscope and things like that, you know, to actually have a place where you do physical work, creating physical things. It could be interesting. And then this has just a single bed, which is just a little blob back there. It's fine for a space for one person to rest, but that's it. So, the space here allows you to put figures in there, enough of them, all the ones that are in the set. A couple of them can be standing back here while one is piloting, and all that's just fine. You can't do anything from around the back. It does have the stud shooters on the sides as well, which are well integrated in. They don't get in the way. I don't feel like they take anything away from the looks of this, but yeah, that's it. No major surprises, good or bad, I'd say. Here's the returning Flurkin from the Captain Marvel movie, and then her kittens here. I'm assuming those are intended to be, and these are just standard with no special prints for this set, but that's perfectly fine because they are intended to look like just regular, earthborn cats. And then here are the figures. We'll get in closer on them, but I wanted to return to this look, this posing, because I had to have these two here sitting down due to the lack of any stands for the effect pieces. You know, they've done like Iron Man and such, where you've got effect pieces to show blasts coming from the feet roughly, and they're able to stand up just fine, but extra pieces were not included to be able to do that with these here. Also, the colors for Captain Marvel here, I think, are fine, although, you know, she tends to get into a little bit of blue at the hotter sections around the hands in close and everything. But, you know, if you're going to choose one color, this I think is fine. But you just look at the art for the movie that's coming up, and or if you had watched the Miss Marvel Disney Plus show, well, this should be like a violet color, between violet and indigo. You know, it's completely off. It's almost diametrically opposed on the color wheel to what they gave us, because they just use one single effect part set for this entire set. And then Photon over here should probably go with like a blue color, which would be just a regular trans dark blue, or you could go with trans light blue, but again, very close to diametrically opposed on the color wheel. And it feels like a lazy decision. I hate using that term because it's so horrifically overused in Lego reviews, but it feels like a lazy decision to go with just one. There are reasons behind the scenes, but ultimately this is what we get, and it's not right. Looking at the rest of the details of the figures, these all look fine. I think that the best looking one and the best setup one is Miss Marvel over there, all new prints for that, and looks good through and through. But none of these have any additional prints for the sides of the legs or the sides of the arms. They're not premium, you know, high-end level figures, definitely not up to the quality that you expect from just the regular collectible minifigures series or anything like that. You know, they're like playset level, which is fine and all, except for the price of the set not being at a normal playset level. We'll get back to that. But I think that what is here is good. We just should have gotten more, I think, for this. And this is probably going to be the only set that they release for this movie watch. So yeah, it's unfortunate to not be able to get nice special versions of all of these figures. It's interesting that they did go with the full-length legs as well for Miss Marvel over there, not medium, and yeah, I think that's a fine decision. It gives you more room, certainly, for better printing. Here are the leftover parts, including one extra effects piece and a couple of studs for the stud shooters on the ship, and the sticker sheet shows you that, well, that's a lot of stickers. That's quite a lot of stickers. It's quite a concentration of stickers for this size of thing. I think it kind of rivals Speed Champions for density. Also, all of these are clear backed. Again, the price of this was $90 US, which is, I'm not going to say outrageous, because it would be an outrage if they actually expected you to pay that, but clearly they're just having a laugh here. There's no way that they actually expect you to pay that. So I'm just going to call it silly. It's just a silly number. We'll get back to that. It actually gets worse. In the Eurozone, the base price is 95 euros. Yeah, that's even more ridiculous. It's 85 pounds UK and $120 Canadian, which is just a little bit below the US price when you translate things across. This is one of those sets that they do from time to time, that they've been doing from time to time, that is egregiously overpriced, and I think they're just testing the market when they do things like that. It's very clear, we normal consumers can see it. Folks who are used to what prices of Lego things are and how they price things in general for a given season or year, at least, what the trends are and where they're at right now. We can tell when that happens, when you get a set that is twice, costs twice as much as it should, which this is what it pretty much does. I could easily see this selling for 45. I would love to see it at 45. I think it would actually be a decent deal at literally 50% off. Is how far off the mark this is. I could see them selling this for 50 though, definitely. I could even see them asking 60, 33% off of this. I could see them asking that, and I would say that's too much. Wait for a little bit of a discount. I could see them asking 70 for this, and that's definitely too much. It would feel overpriced at that point. It's still $20 less than this. So, no matter how you look at it, the price of this is just silly. I I think it just kind of shows how much power and profitability Lego has, that they can afford to just go absolutely insane with certain prices from time to time just to see how much of an effect it has on the market. And I do hope that the overwhelming majority of folks out there will not fall for their traps and give them any data to tell them that it's actually okay. You know, yeah, you'll have lower sales, but you'll still have enough sales to make it worth it. You know, your margins can be good enough. I hope that very, very, very few people fall for that and actually buy this anything close to retail price, because Lego does not deserve to be rewarded in any way, shape, or form as a company for decisions like this. The set is fine as a toy, 400 and something piece set. You know, again, it feels like 50 in 2023, it would be just fine. That interior detail is kind of nice. Yeah, it has too many stickers, but you know, this is different. It's not a basic setup. I would love if it could open up from the back just a little bit more and stuff. If it had a little more detail on the underside, it would feel more satisfying to put together. If the figures had more detail, it would feel a little bit more premium. But as it is, again, it's fine. As a play set, should have included some stands for these. Should have included some different colors, definitely, to elevate it up to a little bit something in the range of collectible. As it is pure toy, cool, insanely overpriced, obviously. So don't buy it until you find it absolutely on clearance. And that's that. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.